Welcome to another NFA wait time update video. I've done a couple of these and they seem to be some of the more popular videos on my channel. So we're going to take another look at April 2025 and see what the trends are. Now, one of the biggest updates I did was last year around April of 2024, where the ATF was making some big changes in how they processed applications. In general, we saw a lot of faster wait times, some coming in just a couple days, and then we were seeing others that were still 250 plus, maybe even over a year. So now that it's been over a year, are those times generally down, or have we seen them come back up? We're going to look at a couple different sources, from ATF to a couple of the big dealers. Unfortunately, they don't all present their data exactly the same way, so we won't necessarily have an apples to apples comparison, but we'll get an idea of some of the trend. First off, I thought it was interesting, if you look at the ATF website, that the total number of NFA applications received during the reporting period, which I don't know exactly what that is, that total was 121,723. The total number of applications processed during that period was 157,000. So overall, that's a positive, I think. It means they are processing them a little faster than they're actually coming in. All right, so diving into the actual application. So we're going to look primarily at Form 1 and Form 4, as long as they are included in the data for each company. Form 1 is making a suppressor or short-barreled rifle. So you are either converting an existing pistol into a short-barreled rifle, or maybe you're making a suppressor from scratch. And then we're going to look at Form 4s. So those are transfers. That's your very common for suppressors. The dealer has it in stock and it's transferred to you. We're going to break those down, if they have it, into paper and E-form, and then trust and individual. To start off with the ATF for Form 1, they're saying that paper is approximately 80 days and the E-forms are 25 days. So generally, E-forms are going to be faster, just under a month on average, where paper is closer to 3 months. If you look at the Form 4 for a trust, it's 150 days for paper and 34 days for the E-form. So E-forms are significantly quicker, and they're right about a month according to ATF. If you look at the Form 4 individual, 156 days for paper, 24 days for E-forms. Not significantly different, but the trust is about 10 days slower, so about half again as slow as the individual one. Now if we move over to Silencer Shop, if we take a look at their info, I think it is very interesting. So they are seeing a wait range based on approvals from the last 7 days, from 1 day to 18 days, with a median of only 4. So they are seeing a lot of their approvals for a Form 4 trust within a week, which is pretty impressive. You could have it in by Monday and potentially have that approved by the end of the work week. If you go as an individual, it's a tiny bit slower for the overall wait range, 1 day to 23 days, but they're saying the median is 22, which means most of those are towards that longer wait. So according to what Silencer Shop is seeing, they have pretty significantly short wait times. This info was pulled on April 2nd, and according to the info at the bottom there, this is actually current as of April 2nd. If we move on to Silencer Central, this info was pulled basically right after the Silencer Shop info, but they don't say when they gathered it. They're saying for the Form 1, an e-file is about 40 days, paper is 45. So very similar wait times for those, but overall they're seeing quite a bit longer, at over a month. For the Form 4 individual, they're seeing 26 days, and the Form 4 trust filing, they're seeing 32 days. So that's pretty similar to what the ATF is reporting on their site. Generally a little bit slower than what Silencer Shop is seeing. Now if we look at Capital Armory, even though this info was pulled on April 2nd and some of the information is from March, the last updated is supposedly February 28th. I'm not sure exactly how they're pulling their information. If you look at the Form 4 paper for both trust and individual, they're seeing approvals all the way back from January of 23 up to end of 2024, beginning of 2025. So if that info is supposedly from February 28th, you're looking at about anywhere from over 2 years to about 2 months. For the electronic, the E-Form 4 Trust, they're seeing January 1st of 24 up to March 15th. So over a year, up to maybe pretty quick. I'm not sure how to take March 15th compared to the data being supposedly pulled from February 28th. So finally, if we look at E-Form 4 individual, we're seeing February of 24 to February 3rd of 25. So still over a year up into about a month. Capital Armory is kind of an interesting outlier. I would say looking at the other sources, it looks pretty obvious that wait times are generally quite a bit lower. But I think the Capital Armory info shows that there are still some that are taking considerably longer. Overall, I would say E-forms are faster than paper, and potentially individuals are slightly faster than trust, but that's not necessarily consistent. I'm really curious to know in the comment section below, if you are waiting on a form, how long have you been waiting? And if you've had one approved recently, how long did that take? If you don't mind sharing, was it a Form 1 or a Form 4? Was it paper or E-form? And then was it trust or individual, or maybe corporation? Let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'm curious to see, will we keep up another year of generally quicker wait times? I guess we'll wait and see.